22 awards, 3 books, 1 series, 5 years ago, and I thought I had it nailed. And today, I'm throwing it all away. Why? Because the world of self-publishing has changed. And those old books, oh, they were great, they're just not enough anymore. So I gutted every page, rebuilt all 3 from the ground up, and today, right this moment, I'm launching the final 3 in the Self-Publishing with Dale series live on Kickstarter right here, right now. In fact, I'm literally going over here right this moment to launch this campaign. So if you guys are ready to go ahead and get into it, let's go ahead and hit this. All right. Great, great, great. I'm hitting the launch project. A little nervous. Come on over here. You guys can see what I'm looking at over here. And congratulations, the project is officially live. And by the way, do you notice the stamp down there? I want to give a big shout out and thank you to, first of all of you that hit the notification bell. That helps a lot. But also a big thanks over to the team that helped me out with the Influence. You guys go check out theinfluence.com for more details if you're looking to get into Kickstarter campaigns. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this big deal here. Campaign is officially live. If you have been waiting for a chance to grab the complete series of Self-Publishing with Dale, or just want the rebuilt final 3, this is it. For the next 48 hours only, you can lock in early bird pricing and secure the limited rewards before they're gone. Now, if you've never used Kickstarter before, it's dead simple. Clicking back this project lets you choose your reward tier. You're not just buying a book, you're helping bring the special edition project to life. And once the campaign ends, these editions, the deluxe hardcovers, the swag, the coaching spots, they disappear for good. All right? Some of you going to go, well, I'm just going to go ahead and wait for him to go ahead and publish these last 3. It's not going to be until 2026 that you're going to see that, because I want to make sure that everybody's taken care of in the Kickstarter campaign first and foremost. And then it will go ahead and get launched right about then. But let's go ahead. These 3 books, right? We talked about these real quick here. This is the heart of this campaign. About 5 years ago, I released the Amazon Self-Publisher series, and they helped thousands of authors. I won 22 awards for this, set the stage for this entire brand, but the world of self-publishing doesn't stand still. As some of you know, platforms evolve, algorithms shift, and what worked in 2020 won't cut it in 2025. So I gutted all 3 books. It was heartbreaking. Like literally kind of going, oh gosh, let me just scrap this entire thing. I'm sure every author's felt this before. We're like, do I need to throw this thing out? Yeah, it sucks. I kept a lot of the framework. It got carried over, but for the most part, if you've read the first edition of the Amazon Self-Publisher series and you think, I don't need to read the second edition, you might want to think again. It's completely gutted. Every chapter, every section rewritten from the ground up. The only things that remain are the introductions and conclusions, and even those were reworked with fresh insights. Now they're back as marketing and promotion for authors, that is, replacing promotional strategies for authors, keywords for books, and reviews for books. It's refined, reorganized, and expanded to match today's indie publishing landscape. These are not just new editions, they are new books. The complete system, the final 3, are the spotlight of this campaign, but they're only part of the bigger picture. For the first time ever, all 12 books in the Self-Publishing with Dale series are available together in a deluxe hardcover set. Every book has been unified with matching gold foil stamping, sprayed edges, and upgraded formatting, so they look and feel like the professional tools they are. This isn't just shelf candy. These are practical guides designed to be used, marked up, and referenced throughout your author career. And once this Kickstarter ends, these editions will never be printed again. All right? I'm just saying this right now that it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. I just realized I had not switched over to public consumption on this, so we're going to go ahead and switch this over to public. It's probably why there's nobody showing up right now. That's okay, though. Hitting it public right now, and it should get pushed out to everybody. There we go. So if you want the complete system, writing, publishing, marketing, promotion, networking, and long-term business growth, this is the one chance to own it in its most premium form. Let's talk about the extras and swag bonuses. The books are just the foundation here, but this campaign is more than just pages in print here, folks. It's about giving you tools you can actually use in your author career. That's why I worked with my team to create exclusive practical swag, not filler, not trinkets, real tools. Things like a checklist mouse pad so your publishing tasks are always at your fingertips, a foiled bookmark duo featuring launch and wide publishing checklists, a clean, high-quality journal for brainstorming or tracking progress, something I do a lot of, a light-up thumb drive for all your files and resources, and we're working on some bonuses to slip in there. Maybe that's going to be a stretch goal. You didn't hear it from me. Stickers, magnets, and even a custom banana bob keychain because we need a little fun in the mix too. And to tie it all together, I created a digital workbook companion. This one is deep. It's packed with prompts, checklists, and templates so you can apply what you learn immediately. No more read it and forget it. This is about action. Now, all of this is bundled into select reward tiers, and every piece has been designed with authors in mind. So let's get the other one here, the coaching stuff. Oh man, that's a big popular one. The books and swag are powerful. Let's not make a mistake about that. But this next part is the most limited piece of the entire campaign. In fact, it is the last time you're going to hear me talk about this. The first time in over 2 years, I'm reopening coaching. And it's the last time ever. This is it. There are 15 spots for group coaching and 5 spots for one-on-one. That's it. Once those are gone, they're gone for good. I've made this decision because coaching is time intensive. And when I take on a client, I want to give them my full attention. And as I pivot into my fiction career, I can't keep splitting my focus. That means when this campaign ends, so does my coaching. So if you've ever wanted to work directly with me, this is your only chance. Group or one-on-one, these seats will disappear fast. I got a ton of DMs and emails about the coaching because some people are like, hey, when is this going to be available? When are you going to launch? Things like that. And I was very vague for good reason because I wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to get in there and grab those things. So let's go ahead and just wrap these things up. Here's the bottom line. The final 3 rebuilt books, the complete 12-book deluxe set, practical author-focused swag, and bonuses, and for the last time ever, coaching. All of it is live right now on Kickstarter. But remember, early bird pricing only lasts 48 hours, and the limited rewards will not wait around. This campaign runs for 24 days. But if you want the best rewards, you need to act now. Now, I know there are going to be questions about the tiers, about how Kickstarter works, or about the books themselves, excuse me. So let's open it up. Drop your questions in the chat and let's walk through them together. And if for some reason you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and post it inside the comments. If you happen to be on X or if you're over on Facebook or Twitch, I'll do my best to answer you. Twitch, it's going to be almost impossible unless you're here right now live. So I'm going to go on up here into the chat. I had realized I had left my video on unlisted over on both my YouTube channels. So hopefully that is firing off. Yeah, we got 4 concurrent viewers over here. Got 11 over here. A lot more people watching on the podcast. Very, very cool. Miss Annette says, my first live. I wish I could say the same thing. If I were to ever guess, I know for sure I've live streamed in the hundreds. I would guess I'm probably up to like 500 or 600 live streams over the past 10 years. Good luck with the change. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, MM. Welcome to the fiction side. We're not there yet. We got to finish up this Kickstarter campaign, the dark side. Dark coffee and writing in the dark of the night because the fiction muse never sleeps. Well, I already write at night, so there's that. And no coffee for me. No coffee for me. But I will be writing sci-fi horror, so that is definitely dark. Yeah, the transition between nonfiction and fiction is difficult. Heather, I think I've got a little bit more of an unfair advantage over new fiction authors in that I at least have a good firm grasp on the fundamentals of book marketing and getting myself out there. Also, I have a ton of connections that I'm able to work with. So networking, gotta love it. It's one of the reasons why I wrote Networking for Authors. So I do have a little bit more of an unfair advantage. I've already been building a contacts list of all the people that I know are horror writers. So that way we could start working on newsletter swaps, group promos, giveaways, things like that we can kind of do together. But yeah, it's not gonna be easy, but you know what? I'm here for it. But got to get through this Kickstarter campaign first. So if you've never been on Kickstarter before, I figured I would probably share just a very brief process here. So when you go over to visit dalelinks.com/Kickstarter, you'll be able to get over to that. So let's go over here and switch onto the screen. You'll be able to find out all of the information that you need right here. I mean, we've broken it down into separate sections so you know precisely what you're investing in. So you'll see the tiers on the right-hand side, and you'll find all the information here in the middle. So when you go on Kickstarter, you see what you want. What you would do is then select where you want to pledge, whether that pledge is going to be for, let's say, the ebooks, or maybe it's the workbook or something like that. And as you go ahead and you pledge that, you're going to go into a checkout process, and it's going to offer you some additional items that you can add in a la carte. So if there's a particular book that you want to add in, you can go ahead and toss that in there. If you wanted to grab something different, you can always slip that in right as you're going ahead and checking out. Now keep in mind, nothing is finalized until the Kickstarter campaign is done on October the 24th. And I believe it's done at 11:59 on October the 24th. So just kind of a heads up on that right there. You are not going to be charged, though, until the campaign ends. And at that point, that's when the charging goes through. Now, as far as fulfillment goes, I've spoke with the Influence team, and a worst case scenario we'd like to think is going to be March 2026, in which you'll be able to get all of the fulfilled perks and things. We're going to try our best to get it sooner, but we just kind of want to let you know that just in case there's any type of issues or hangups that come along, that will not be, I just want to give you a worst case scenario type situation. After I get through my own first nonfiction book done, all published and all, I will go back to writing fiction for a while. Nice. Good luck on that, Heather. Hey, Matthew, how you doing? Great to see you. All right. So, I think I pretty much covered everything here that needs to be covered. It's so funny that it says, you can't back your own project. This is hilarious over here. They're like, hey, you can't back your own project. Big thank you. I see there's already 2 backers. Big shout out to those backers. I appreciate that. We're at $98 out of the $49.98 goal that we're shooting for. No, this is not going to be like a Jerry Lewis telethon. I'm not staying on here until we fulfill this goal. I just figured I'd come on here and make the official announcement. But choosing cover art was the hardest part for my fiction writings. I'm very fortunate that I've got Miblart in my corner. They're not paying me to say any of this or being sponsored by any stretch. I continue to use Miblart, and I will be using them for my cover design. And I feel pretty comfortable and confident that they'll be able to do it. Not to mention, I also have that Cover Rater service that I've been using, and it's just been fantastic so far. So if there are any questions, please fire them away. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect here in a very momentarily. Oh, Mana, how you doing? It's great to see you. I see you popped in there. Looks like we're pretty dead on the other avenues of Twitch. There we go. Kevin Hall, how you doing? It's great to see you, Kevin. Thank you so much. All the best, Dale. I appreciate that there, Kevin. Again, the Kickstarter campaign is officially live, dalelinks.com/Kickstarter. So here is the popular question. I've had a few people that have reached out to me very concerned, wondering, okay, so you're done with doing nonfiction after this, Dale? Yes, I'm done. With the exception of doing, updates, maybe in another 5 years from now, I don't plan on publishing any new nonfiction books. The reason is the man who chases 2 rabbits gets none, and I'm really wholeheartedly focused on getting my fiction brand going. Now, I'm going to continue to market and promote my current crop of books. Obviously, that'd be just crazy if I didn't. But I will tell you that I will continue to have both of my YouTube channels as resources for you guys. The main channel, we're still going to continue to do the high quality production, the more detailed videos, the deep dives, things like that. And of course, we got the podcast, which is a little bit more raw, a little bit more unedited. And so those are still going to remain. I have scaled back the podcast, and I think I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know now. This was a decision that I did not take lightly over the past 4 or 5 weeks. I'd been thinking about it. I will not be live streaming on the podcast anymore. That's going to be put on hold because, quite frankly, it's great to connect with people live and such, but unfortunately, the results that I get from that time spent doing the live streaming is not quite as great as, say, when I'm doing just pre-recorded videos. So my self-publishing news segment, for instance, every Tuesday, that fires off, by the way. It's going to be preempted to next week. The news segment performs really, really well. It's pre-recorded. You guys come in, you eat it up. It's fantastic. Same thing goes for the audio podcast. You guys do really, really well with this one. But when it comes to the more anchor topics, like, say, for instance, 10 ways to find keywords or the 5 best tools for yada yada, those just don't perform as well. Even more recently, I had Sylvia Hubbard, Detroit author, as well as founder of the Motown Writers Network. She'd done some interviews with me more recently, and they did okay. Those videos performed all right. I mean, but to be honest with you, they probably didn't perform as well as I would have liked them to have. So yeah, I'm going to be scaling back the podcast. It's just going to probably be one broadcast per week in which I will be sending out just the news, the weekly news stuff. So this week, again, going to be preempted here on the podcast. There's nothing super pressing that I need to kind of stay on top of. But yeah, I'm going to be scaling that back. You can continue to see pretty much the regular amount of content that you see on the main channel, usually 1 to as much as 3 videos. In fact, actually, over the next month, there is going to be 1 new short published daily. 1 new short published daily. Now, I've turned the notifications off for subscribers because I didn't want you guys beat up every single day. And also, there are shorts that I've actually created for quizzes. And I actually have an entire playlist of about 35 of them. I created 35 more shorts last night, and I plan on shooting those here in the next couple of weeks, so that way this continues to kind of push out some of the stuff. Again, if you guys got questions, please fire away. Did you talk about what genres you're writing? And yes, always remember to keep promoting the backlist. I feel it's easy to forget those when doing new projects. Well, the good news is, MV, since I have these channels and I will continue to put out content, it's just going to be natural that I'll end up promoting some of these books and such. So, but as far as the genre I'll be writing is sci-fi horror. I'll be hanging out there in that area for a while. In fact, I've already set up a YouTube channel. This is not a plug. This is not me telling you guys to go subscribe to it. Please do not go look for it. If you're not a sci-fi horror fan, do not watch any of my videos over there. But I do plan on having a new YouTube channel specifically devoted to sci-fi horror readers. Yeah, sci-fi horror readers. I'm doing it right now. When I came onto YouTube a number of years ago, I was merely just trying to answer people's questions based on some interviews that I had. And so those 2 interviews really picked up some great traction back in early 2016. And that's why I ended up starting my channel, the very first channel, Dale L. Roberts. Back then it was self-publishing with Dale L. Roberts. That was just a means to an end. I was not intending on going down this path. If I was smart about it, I probably would have done a YouTube channel for workouts, for exercise and such, because that would have promoted and really got behind those books. But I'm kind of glad I didn't do that, because I just kind of got burnt out on the fitness thing. And I've found, though, over the past 9.5 years that I've been here on YouTube, that self-publishing has never gotten old for me. It's just always changing, and it's always interesting, it's always fun, and it's great to help people out. TJDTV, it's great to see you. Nice. Mark B. Okay, Mark B says, could you explain why you're choosing fiction and its benefits, as most just talk about nonfiction, so it would be refreshing to hear? The reason I'm choosing fiction is you would think it's more of a business decision, but it's more of a heart decision. This is where my passion's leading me towards, Mark. I wanted to do fiction since I was a kid. And this was from reading Stephen King books back in the day. Now I really don't read any of Stephen King's stuff. I'm just not a huge fan of his overly verbose writing, but all that aside, it's something I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. And I'm just so glad to have the opportunity and be in the position that I can be able to make this pivot. I do imagine that I'm going to probably get a lot more traction as a fiction author, just because there's there's a larger pool of readers to dip into. So in instances like this, where I'm serving you guys, not many people realize this is a very niche topic. It's very, very niche. And you can only reach so many people because modern day self-publishing is still kind of a new thing to a lot of people. I can't tell you how many people there's like, oh my gosh, you don't need to get a publishing deal to publish your books. I'm always just like, yeah, no, you don't need that. So it is a very niche audience. This is not me complaining by any stretch, but I think that going into sci-fi horror, more importantly, horror fiction writing, is definitely a good timing move right now because horror is starting to have its day in the sun. So, and also the proof of concept that I was able to do a lot of research on YouTube. And I found a number of YouTube channels devoted to horror reading or sci-fi horror reading, a combination of both those. So that's why I went ahead and I'm pivoting into that. So it's the only reason that I'm not going to do, like, say, Michael Oran, love him to death. Joanna Penn, she's fantastic too. They do write both of those brands simultaneously. I feel like nonfiction has become a crutch for me over the past several years, in which I say, I can't write my next fiction book because I'm too busy with this nonfiction book. And I'll start writing something fiction and like, oh, I have to put that off to the side because I got to focus on my nonfiction book. And so that was why I've just said, you know what, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with the nonfiction books. I'm finished from here on out. And I certainly feel good about the direction that I'm going in. I feel confident that I'm doing making the right decision. Kathy Arts, great to see you. Good morning. Great to see you. Dale, listen, that's why I have different niches. Fitness is great, but it can burn you out. Fiction for the win. Yeah. Well, Mana, it's great to see you. As someone who has been here from basically the start, Dale is GOAT, and fiction is a natural path in his journey. Makes plenty of sense. Thank you so much, Omana. You're so awesome. What are realistic averages for publishing and printing a book? I wrote my first of 5 and I'm ready to start the process. Averages? I don't know what you mean by averages, TJ. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, you're going to have to probably expand that question there, buddy. What's the new one called for your sci-fi horror? Nothing is set in stone because, again, I've been having to work on nonfiction more importantly since May. My eyes are bleeding at this point trying to redo these 3 final books. And so, yeah, there's nothing set in stone, but I will be for sure as soon as this Kickstarter campaign is wrapped up and everybody has, gotten all their prizes and everything else, or their perks, excuse me, I call them prizes. Like, it's like, this is a giveaway, but you paid a lot of money for it. No, it's not a giveaway. It's not a giveaway, folks. Oh man, I just completely sidetracked myself. Once the Kickstarter campaign is all done, perks have been fulfilled, my main goal is going to be focusing on finishing up my serial fiction that I had on Kindle Vella. Notice I said had. Now it's over in later press. I want to finish that series out, and then I'm actually going to use that as a lead magnet, and I'm going to build out my email list. My first goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers. My main goal is to hit about 10,000 subscribers before I officially launch my first novel. I'd shared this very briefly on an interview recently, and unfortunately I can't remember where it was. It might have been on Drafted Digital, but I do have an idea that has been lingering in my mind that taps into my history with working in healthcare. Not many people realize that. The day job that I left, I was an activities director, and I'd worked for 20 years in the healthcare industry, most of that being an activities director, and I loved it. It was an amazing job. The only reason why I walked away from it was I wanted to have that freedom that I have now, that freedom to spend time with my wife and my cats and live life on my own terms. So, yeah, so that's how we ended up here. And very, very grateful for all that. But any event, yeah, so I will be doing a fiction story that's going to center around a memory care unit in a nurse, in a what's the best word I'm looking for? Senior living community. And in the story, it's about pretty much these genetically engineered trees, small, like personal sized trees that they put into each one of the residents that are there to help them out with their memory. And so anytime that they lay down, that tree is next to them and it replenishes their memory. Well, everything kind of goes south when memories get implanted into their head that don't exist, and they start to realize that there's a killer among them. One of the people is a serial killer, but because a lot of the seniors with dementia, and some of them are nonverbal, no one's ever able to know. So this serial killer's hiding in the midst. So yeah, there's a little bit of a mystery element to it, but it's going to be pretty dark. But I'm looking forward to it. Working title is The Memory Tree. That's all I've got right now. But that is just a working idea. I've been playing around with the outline and such. But as soon as I can get my undivided attention on it, I'll be diving straight into it. I anticipate this will probably be easily an 80,000 word novel, for sure. For sure, I'm looking forward to it. I see there's 3 backers. We're up to $148. Thank you so much if you've already backed the campaign. I appreciate that so much. So, anybody got questions on the Kickstarter, please fire away. I'm glad you went the publishing route. Yeah, me too. Me too. No regrets. I like sci-fi horror. Looking forward to your books. You've always been writing fiction, haven't you? So it's the only logical to concentrate on that. Yeah, I haven't been able to write as much fiction as I'd like. Kind of as I'd mentioned, nonfiction has always just taken me away from that. So remind us about the Kickstarter. Yes. Go over to dalex.com/Kickstarter to see more details there. Does this mean you're going to stop this channel now, AFKey Arts? I guess you must have missed that part. I said I'm not walking away. I have deprioritized the podcast. There will no longer be live broadcasts on the podcast. So you'll still get your weekly Tuesday news segment that I'll be firing off over on the podcast channel. But for the most part, it's going to be the pretty much almost the only thing, unless there's breaking news. The main channel, going to continue as usual. So I just deprioritized the podcast channel. It's still going to be up and going. Please don't like unsubscribe and leave or anything else like that. I'm going to continue to provide you guys high value stuff every week. Sounds interesting. Is there a Kickstarter? Yes, AFKey Art. You're going to go over to dalelinks.com/Kickstarter. So that's what we're talking about here today. If you happen to be just popping in here, just a real quick reminder, I've got a Kickstarter campaign going on right now, the final 3, your publishing playbook rewritten, where I have redone my entire Amazon self-publishers series, which was written and published 5 years ago, which just blows my mind. Like, what? And I have reworked those things from the ground up. Like, the only thing that was kept was some general skeletal work and the introductions and conclusions. So if you happen to have read the Amazon self-publisher series and you're going, I don't want that, guess what? If you liked the first ones, you're going to love the second ones. I've put a lot of time, attention, and energy. In fact, let me give you a little bit of a heads up. In promotional strategies for books, a lot of people had complained that it was just a lot of advice, but no real, like, it seemed like controlled chaos. For this book, I actually really based everything on the 6 pillars of marketing and promoting books. And that really breaks it down. So in the event that you go and you open up this book, you're like, okay, Dale, I've got problem with money. I don't have money. You jump into the pillar on money. Let's say you're like, Dale, I don't have a large audience. What do I need to do to grow my audience? You jump into the pillar about audience. So there are there's 6 different pillars to be exact, that are going to be in the marketing and promotion for authors, is what the book is now called. It's no longer called promotional strategies for books. Full disclosure, I'm going to tell you guys, like, straight up, that book was probably my worst performing book of all of my books in self-publishing. And I feel like it was real dense, and I feel like it needed a lot more control. So that's why I'm super proud to go ahead and relaunch this. We've got a new name to it. It's going to go into the Self-Publishing with Dale series. But there are the final 3 books. Please go over, take a look at that. There are other things, including you can get the hardcover, gold-foiled, sprayed edges exclusive edition here to the Kickstarter campaign. They look incredible. I'm just going to show you just what a gold-foiled book looks like. Now, these are not the samples of what that's going to be sent out. This is actually what I ended up ordering through Book Vault, but I wanted to kind of share it for an example's sake. So your gold foil books are going to be hardcover. These are paperback. So you can see, look at how that pops. Oh, and then it's got the sprayed edges. I'm going to cover up my eyes here. Hang on. All right, hopefully it's zooming in. No, it's not zooming in well enough. But these are how it's going to look. But it's going to be hardcover edition again. So there is that. You can get the entire series if you wanted to. You could do ebook. You can do hardcover. I do not have paperback at all. It's just hardcover. Every single one of those books is going to be touched by me. We are actually, I've got already ordered out what's called tipped ins. These tipped ins are where I autograph every single pieces of paper. They're going to be slipped in to the book itself, and then it's going to be printed out and shipped out to you. So I will be touching every single one of the books in some capacity. Put that right back up there. I only jumped in a few minutes ago. Hey, okay. This was a pop-up. This was a pop-up. Dale just derailed yourself. Yeah, that happens. That happens. Thanks, Dale. Focus seems to be the key, a lesson I'm still learning. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, I think it's something that I try to work on a regular basis. I'm not perfect by any stretch. A lot of people always kind of go like, how do you get all those things done? Like, it's easy. I just do them. So, no, let's write this fiction books. Needs this. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. The books will be infused by the glorious essence of Dale. Yes, exactly. Every single one of them. It's funny. I reached out to a longtime friend of mine, Toby. Big shout out to Toby. He never watches my stuff because like he and I have been best buds since, let's see here, the late 90s. I met Toby in 1997 when I first moved down here to Columbus, and we both met as nurse aides. We both had worked together. He was such a hard worker, and but at any rate, Toby, I texted him. I'm like, hey bro, can you help me out with something with my publishing stuff? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. I've never asked him before, and I was like, I'll take care of you, and we get together last week because we went out to see a rock show, a band called Life of Agony. Fantastic show, by the way. And I explained to Toby what he's doing because they're sending in 2,500 sheets of paper, like just a giant stack. And I was like, I don't want to do that by myself, and my wife sure doesn't want to touch it. Like, she's like, yeah, no, you're going to need to find somebody else. So I explained to Toby, I was like, yeah, you're going to be the paper puller stacker. So essentially, I'm just going to be autograph, pull, stack, autograph, pull, stack, autograph, pull, stack. So thankfully, there's only 4 letters in my name, and no, I never sign my last name. A lot of people will probably even be able to attest to that fact, that anytime I've sent stickers or I've done autograph books and sent them to them, I never sign my last name. Just got a kind of a weird thing about that, because you can always just grab that and just go over, start forging checks or something like that. I'm weird about it, so I always just sign just my first name. What's going on, man? Covers look great. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Anthony Fleischman, big shout out to my buddy there, longtime supporter here of the channel. Anthony's been around, since my first year, back in 2016. I remember Anthony was one of the first people that said, why don't you have more subscribers? And I was like, I don't know. There's a workbook on one of your rewards. Interesting. Yes, it will be. The workbook is every single one of the 12 books. Actually, we put a lot of time, attention, and energy into it. I gotta be straight up with you that workbooks are something that used to drive me crazy, because I would get a workbook and I would open it up and I would just get bored, like after a few pages. So one of my big missions on this one here, MV, was really making a workbook that I could be excited about, that I could be engaged and feel like I learned something as I kind of step away from it. So yes, this entire, like the workbook. So for instance, if you already have bought the books, let's say through Amazon, the 3 you can't, the final 3 are only available on Kickstarter, but let's say the previous 9 books, let's say you've already bought those and you're like, Dale, I don't want to buy another one. Totally fine. Let's just say though, you're like, I want that workbook though. Great. That's going to cover all 12 books. So it's not like you get book 1, book 2, and book 3. No, it's an omnibus, so it comes all in one big package. So that's why it's a little bit higher of a ticket price. A lot of people might be like, oh, whoa, and it is digital, by the way. So look out for that workbook. It is a lot of fun. I can't wait for you guys to dig in. But if you don't publish a workbook, somebody else will latch on to you and publish one themselves, a really bad one. Yeah, maybe. I'd buy it just to see, I'd just buy it just to see. I have a couple, yes. Yeah, workbooks, my history with workbooks, unfortunately, just everything takes time for real businesses, but now you got those subscribers. Yeah. I want a workbook. Yeah. Go over to dalelinks.com/Kickstarter if you'd like to go ahead and back this project. It would be greatly appreciated. Let's go over here to the screen. We already see. Oh my good Lord. What in the wide blazes? I don't even know how. I never even said blazes before. Can I curse on here? Can I get permission to curse? What? It's 4 backers. We're already halfway to goal. What? Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. 4 backers. I'm oh. It's okay. We're going to be fine. I've been working my tail off over the last year now on this whole self-publishing with Dale series, and I had this Kickstarter thing in my mind since day one. I knew I was going to finish. That was going to be my final thing. I didn't know it was going to be just focused on the final 3 books, but it felt right when it came up to late May, and you guys know, you spend hours, you spend days, you spend weeks, you spend months, and you grind it out, and you really get that stuff going. And in instances like a Kickstarter, I stress. Last night it was funny. I tell the team over Influence, big shout out to the Influence, by the way. They're the ones that have been helping me manage this campaign. And if you guys got questions, please fire them inside the chat. I'm still here. But I told them last night I had this weird feeling of nervousness, excitement, it's just that mixture of just feelings and such, and a lot of anxiety, and so that's why I got a little choked up there. That is just incredible. Thank you so much. The 4 backers that are here, we're up to 2,032. That is the goal of $49.98. Really, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate that. And we will be unveiling some of the stretch goals here relatively soon. So, because looking at what we're doing now, I'm sure we're probably going to get to those stretch goals. And if you're not familiar with Kickstarter, sometimes what we'll do is, if we hit that funding, if we hit that goal, we get another goal post that we go ahead and put that. And the Influence team and I both worked on some stretch goals to kind of continue pushing forward. I don't want to reveal any of what that is just yet. It's going to be the excitement of keeping things going. So for right now, let's see if we can hit that base goal, and then we can start discussing those stretch goals. I will tell you, there is one massive big stretch goal I had on the horizon. It will be a big project in the works if we end up hitting that. But that is a big stretch goal. So, Bliss, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. I love your books. What happened? What did I miss? So, Bliss, just to kind of get you catched up. I'm a writer, of course. If you just get caught up here, I just launched my Kickstarter campaign for the final 3, Your Publishing Playbook Rewritten. This is the final 3 books in my Self-Publishing with Dale series that's going to be exclusively available through Kickstarter. So if you want to get your hands on the final 3 books, they have been rewritten from the ground up. These were the Amazon Self-Publishers series, which you've seen these books before. They've won over 22 awards. We got Amazon Keywords for books, Promotional Strategies for books, and Amazon reviews for books. I've dropped the Amazon branding. I have kept the introduction and conclusion for each one of these books, and I've gutted each of them. So if you've read the first edition and you're thinking to yourself, I won't need the second edition, think again. It has been completely worked from the ground up. So that is where we're at right now, Bliss. Thank you so much. I anticipate that if you've enjoyed my books before, these final 3, They're going to be amazing. So you'll be able to get more details there. We're going to have it available through October 24th. So you do have some time. However, if you want to hit some of these stretch goals and get some more rewards and also take advantage of the early bird deal. I didn't mention the early bird deal. Come on, Dale. What are you doing? You'll want to get that done here as soon as humanly possible. The one thing is too, I have opened up coaching to the public for the first time in 2 years, but it also will be the very last time. There is going to be some group coaching available to 15 different people, as well as one-on-one coaching. So you're going to see these in the higher tiers. Now, some of you might be thinking like, hey, Dale, I really want to have the coaching and blah, 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 yakety schmackety. It's not just the coaching by itself. You will actually have to get on those specific perks and rewards. So, alrighty, but it will be the very last time that I will be offering coaching, because once I pivot over from nonfiction into fiction, I want my 100% attention on that. Some people say, Dale, you shouldn't say you'll never do coaching again. I probably won't. It is very challenging, and I put all of my heart into each one of the sessions that I work with. Every time I'm working with somebody, I leave drenched in sweat. I continue to communicate with them. And by the way, if you've got questions about the coaching and how that functions, fire away. It will have all those details though here over at dalelinks.com/Kickstarter. So if you get on over there, you'll be able to find out more about some of those rewards. So let's go over to the coaching exclusive. You'll be able to see here a lot more of the details. And rather than me trying to rattle all these things off, I can just tell you that you'll be able to find all these things. So to kick off the campaign, there is 10% off select tiers for only the first 48 hours. You can lock in your favorite rewards at the best price they'll ever be offered. After that, pricing goes back up and the savings are gone for good. So don't wait. So if for some reason you're like, Dale, I want all these books, take my money, you might want to get on top of them. Probably one of the best deals is going to be, of course, the entire package of all 12 books in the hardcover edition, gold foiled, sprayed edges, not found anywhere else. And it won't be anywhere else after this. I know it sucks. I have these files. I can probably go over and do gold foiling, but you will not find it beyond this campaign. But again, you'll be able to find that in there. But there is an early bird deal on all 12 books, as well as all the swag, the workbook. The swag includes things like the stickers, the thumb drive. More about that thumb drive, by the way. That thing is going to get exciting. There's a banana sticker keychain. You have a mouse pad. There is, let's see here, the journal. I am a big fan of physical journals. And the funny thing is, when we started this up, I was like, I'm buying myself about a dozen journals with my stuff on it. You got the journal. You have also, let's see here, the bookmarks. You also have a refrigerator magnet. So, and by the way, you're kind of going, why do I need bookmarks? Why do I need refrigerator magnet? And why do I need a mouse pad? Because they have checklists on them. So for instance, you have the bestseller book launch checklist on a bookmark, as well as the mouse pad. You also have the wide publishing checklist on another one of the bookmarks. And then the refrigerator magnet is actually an indie author oath. It's a fun little thing that we went ahead, the team and I whipped together. So we're excited to have that. I can't wait to actually have my own magnet on my refrigerator. So I'm just as excited as you guys are. W.A. Blinko says, can you recommend a coach? I recommend me. Wayne, you've worked with me before, man. You've worked with me before, which, by the way, I'm super proud of Wayne. Wayne and all the stuff that he's done in the years since we've worked together. But as far as recommending a coach, I mean, there's a number of coaches. Just DM me on that one. I kind of feel slighted if you guys didn't choose the coaching here, but okay. I won't get too hurt on it, though. Miss Uncut, great to see you. Thank you so much for popping in here. I've seen a lot. I actually came across these, and they left of really big makes like Oprah Winfrey, apparently without repercussions. Oh, the workbooks. Gotcha. Be blessed and good luck. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, MM. You have 5 now. Uh-oh. Kathy's just trying to see what she's going to get out of me. I've choked back the tears this time. I've choked it back. I know that's not healthy, but I did it anyways. Wow, yes, 5 backers. 5 backers. Thank you so much. If you have been at all interested, folks, in working with me directly or even getting the upcoming 3 books, now is your time to go ahead and secure that. I don't want to stretch this out any further, so you want to head over to dalelinks.com/Kickstarter. The news is going to be preempted to next week. Preempted? That's not really. Postponed. Preempted. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not thinking straight. I really did get derailed when I saw we already hit halfway. We're technically not fully halfway. It's got to hit 2,500 and then we'll be halfway. But yes, Sea Devil says, are you still coaching? So let me come on over here. Highlight that count. So Sea Devil, yes, the coaching is available inside select tiers. Am I offering coaching outside of this? No. It's only going to be available inside the Kickstarter, and after this, there will be no more coaching offered. I am going to 100% focus on my fiction author career after this Kickstarter is fulfilled. So the coaching clients that sign on here with Kickstarter are the last. It's the last of them. So if you've ever wanted to work directly with me, now is your time. Now is your chance. So make sure that you take advantage of it. There are limited slots, only 15 available through the group coaching program, as well as 5 available through the one-on-one program. And unfortunately, I don't really know how to get into, let's see here, give me just a moment. I'm going to move over and see if I can see where my pledge manager's at. And I should be able to see if there's any tiers that were bought up, because that number bumped up real quick. Okay, that's not where I wanted to go. Dashboard. Backer report. How about that? 41% funded. Not bad. It's a good start, right? Okay, so someone got a pretty large package. And thank you. Thank you to that person that did that. Every one of you. I do appreciate it. But wow, oh my gosh, holy smokes. So, unfortunately, I'm still just learning. I'm learning the system here. And I'm trying to see where, okay, there we go. I see that, yes, there was a VIP publishing strategy package that was picked up. So that was one of the coaching packages. So 4 left. 4 left. So was 5. Now it's down to 4. I'm looking forward to working with this author. This is going to be a fantastic opportunity here. And just so you know, with the coaching program, I'm sure you're probably like, okay, what all is involved in the coaching program? For the group coaching program, we're going to be meeting up once per week for an entire month. It will be an hour-long video chat session, sometimes a little longer, just depends on, supply and demand. And you will get replays of the coaching sessions. You'll also get a private Discord chat. And for the one-on-one coaching, I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head without having to go over and read it. For the one-on-one coaching, you will get one-on-one coaching sessions, replay of your sessions, as well as unlimited email support for an entire month. So that means that you can email me and I won't ever turn away your email. I will answer your emails. So within reason, don't be thinking you're going to be sending me a dozen of those and I'll be like, hey, I'm going to answer every one of those. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be doing some email support on that one. I think I covered everything. You'll be able to see all of that when you actually scroll down to the Kickstarter page, look inside the coaching exclusive section. So, but thanks so much for asking that, Sea Devil. I appreciate that. Dale, does the add option mean add extra 1? I'm not sure what you're asking, buddy. Does the add option mean, I'm not really sure, bud. When does coaching start? It will be after the campaign has been fulfilled. I don't have a solid date just yet, but I anticipate sometime, if not November, it would probably be early January. I'd like to get it done in November, though, ideally. It's just looking at the holidays. What I'm going to do is once I have everybody signed up for that, I will probably send out a survey to everybody that's involved, and then we'll figure out the best start time. So thanks so much for asking, Antoine. I appreciate it. I dropped a bit, just give a bit of help. Hey, thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate that. Really, thank you. Congrats. Thank you so much, Dion. I appreciate it. Smithy, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Alrighty, gang. I think this is probably a good time for us to go ahead and wrap on up. And Thank you so much for tuning in. If you happen to miss anything here, obviously, go on back. But dalelinks.com/Kickstarter, you'll be able to get all the information that you need for this Kickstarter campaign. Let's go ahead. Let's rock this one out. I want to finish this one strong. This was something I feel was something I wanted to bring to the community. So here's the bottom line, folks. The final 3 rebuilt books, the complete 12-book deluxe set, practical author folks swag and bonuses, and for the last time ever, coaching. All of it's live right now on Kickstarter. Early bird pricing only lasts less than 48 hours now, and the limited rewards will not wait around. This campaign runs for 24 days, and if you want the best rewards, you need to act now. If you have questions, drop them inside the chat, or even go on Kickstarter and you can be able to send me questions over there as well. And if you're watching this on the replay or want to ask later, head over to dalelinks.com/Kickstarter and post them directly on the Kickstarter page. That will help me, help many more people all at the same time. I'm definitely looking forward to answering some of your questions. I'll be on standby, checking in probably every hour, every other hour to make sure everybody's taken care of. So in any event, till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I thank each and every single one of you for tuning in and supporting and being with me along this journey. What it did in the world. What? It hasn't been an hour yet, folks. It hasn't even been an hour. What is going on? I tried to disconnect. We got 6 backers, $4,004. We're only $994 left until goal. What? I'm not crying this time. I'm not going to cry this time. But I want to thank you guys. This has relieved a lot of the anxiety I had in me. One of the worst feelings is to throw a party and nobody shows up. And I think you guys have proven my monkey mind wrong. And that's good. I'm glad. But wow. Mojo, I love you. And I mean that. You're one of Mojo, big shout out. I have to say something to Mojo, one of my former coaching students. Of course I'm late because I didn't announce it. I just came out. You're the man. Yeah, Mojo was one of my first coaching students. We were in a group coaching session back in early 2018. Mojo now lives as a full-time author, and her and her husband got to move to Poland. I think back when she was at her day job, and she used to say, I'm going to get out of this day job. I'm going to be a full-time author. And she's living that dream. I won't be able to promise everybody's going to be exactly like a Mojo. Mojo's special. She was going to get there either way. But it's so cool that you showed up. You're almost at 3K. Yeah, right? It's actually 4K now. It's 4K now. What is going on? Kevin, how you doing, man? Where the heck have you been? Been missing you lately, bud. Been missing you. Great to see you. Car Galaxy Studios, big shout out. I was getting ready to disconnect, and what the heck happened? God will make a way where there seems to be no way. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Anthony. Congrats, brother. Look at the total. Yeah. Yeah. What? No. What are you guys doing over here? Oh, my Lord. Okay. Are we literally, we're going to Jerry Lewis this thing, aren't we? We're going to Jerry Lewis this. I'm just going to have a full marathon because we're now getting ready to go ahead and pass the funding goal. And it hasn't even been a full hour yet. In fact, it'll be a full hour and about 10 minutes. Wow. What? Thank you. All right. We tight like a pair of shoes, 2 sizes too small. Yes, Mojo. I totally agree with that. Mojo, you're one of my favorite people. You and Keith Wheeler and Kevin McGuire, you 3 were part of my initial crop of group coaching students back in 2018. I'd coached people prior to that, but never group coaching. And I can't be more prouder of that class right there. You guys are so amazing. Matthew Creek says, I think it's Creek, unless it's Crecky. we're going to go with Matthew. Can I mention my YA superhero book? Yeah, you can. In fact, you know what? Mention everybody load up your books. And then as soon as I've mentioned everybody's books, I'm deucing out. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Yes, don't do any links though. Don't do any links because otherwise they're just going to end up blocking me. I don't want that to happen. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot to go check chat up here. If you were on any of the other channels and I ignored you, my apologies. No, it don't look like there's any action going on over in the other channels. So that's fine. Congrats, Miss Uncut. I appreciate that. Wow, that's just freaking incredible. In good times and in lean times, Dale rocks. E-car ebooks. I hope that you're staying cool out there in Arizona. Fun fact, my CPA still lives out in Arizona. I try to tempt her to coming out to Ohio, but she seems pretty dead set on staying in Arizona. Yeah, it says, Finding Tyrell, my debut novel. There we go. So look up that one, Finding Tyrell. You guys want to get your shout outs, get them in now. I'm going to give you 3 minutes and I'm going to go ahead and disconnect for sure this time. No take backsies. Suburban Dictionary, a fun slang guide. There we go. Oh, big shout out here to Wayne Blinko, W.A. Blinko. You guys probably saw last Monday I launched a video about Cover Rater. By the way, go check it out. That video didn't get as much love as I thought it was going to get. It's going to change. It's going to change your cover review process. We're just going to say Return Fire on pre-order. So yeah, that's W.A. Blinko, folks. Go look that up. Matthew, I'm still waiting on your young adult book unless I missed you. Hopefully you didn't leave already. Any others? I'm going to give you guys just a moment longer. Oh, by the way, I do have a couple of videos. You might have seen on the main channel, I published a video about Lulu yesterday. I'm working on a video for Publish Drive as well as Book Vault. So soon as those two videos are done, there's going to be a 5-way comparison of KDP, Ingram Spark, Book Vault, Publish Drive, and Ingram Spark. Did I say Ingram Spark? There's 5. I forgot the ones I said. KDP, Ingram Spark, Book Vault, Publish Drive, and why am I drawing a blank? Book Vault? All right. But I'll have a comparison video up relative. There we go. There we go. All right. You guys tipped it over. Wow. Less than an hour. I'm just going to go ahead and bleep myself, but yeah, I dropped an F-bomb, but I shut it off. I made friends with the like button. There we go, Matthew. I've been waiting on you, buddy. And you timed it just right. Beacon, the hero of Heartland. Matthew Crick. Matthew, please send me a phonetical spelling of your name. Like, how do I pronounce it? I feel like a goon not saying it properly. Hi, Dale. What will happen to this channel when you swap to fiction writing? It's going to stay the same. That was actually something I addressed earlier, Wayne, was the main channel, nothing's going to change. You guys won't notice any difference, 1 to 3 videos per week. Actually, I just launched a daily short that's going to be firing off over the next month. And it actually is quiz questions about self-publishing and such. That's actually being launched on the main channel right now. The podcast channel is going to get deprioritized. I won't be doing any more live broadcasts over there. I found that the news segment does the best. And if I'm just going to do the news segment, which usually takes me 10 to 15 minutes to shoot, there's no reason for me to go live on something like that. So the podcast will be indefinitely on hold when it comes to the live content. But you'll continue to hear the audio content, and you'll continue to get the weekly news segment that I fire off. And it'll still be unpolished. You know, it's still going to be exactly that. But I want to switch over here real quick because this is a great time for me to go ahead and say big thank you to each and every single one of you. 9 backers. I love how it just keeps reminding me I can't back my own project. I know I can't back my own project. We made the goal. 5715, 9 backers. I'm just absolutely blown away. Thank you so much. As far as, let's see here. This is a great question. I'm going to come over here. That's the questions I needed. Antoine says, does the VIP publishing strategy package include access to the group session? It does not. It does not. You will be getting one-on-one attention. I'm going to tell you that as the group coaching is great, but it's a little bit more broadly encompassing. When you get with me one-on-one, you'll find that going and watching a group session, I don't know, you're not going to get as much traction when it comes to the one-on-one stuff. Just my opinion. I'm not trying to down talk the group coaching by any stretch. Group coaching is fantastic, but you won't need the replays to the group coaching session because you're going to be getting direct attention from me. And one thing I always like to do is exceed expectations when it comes to one-on-one clients and group coaching. So anticipate surprises from me. My book is free until November 3rd. There we go, folks. Make sure you go over and pick up that book. I think we'd mentioned it before. Beacon, the Hero of Heartland. There you go. Ooh, here we go. Audiobook narrator. This one I highly recommend. This one's actually being backed by me right here. Anthony Fleischman put out a book called The Audiobook Narrator. Go pick that up. Only Library of Commerce accept an approved book on becoming. Ah, nice, dude. Good work. Nice. Well done. It's good to be a first, right? Backed. Oh, thank you. Backed. Oh my gosh, thank you. Cool, that's good to know. SD, it's okay, I'm late too. So sorry I was late. No. You were okay. You were texting earlier. Go, look, almost 5K. Yeah, it's almost 6K now. We're already over $1,000 past the goal. I almost want to throw up right now. I'm not even lying. Like, Shannon, you missed it. I literally almost cried. Literally did. I was going to let it just pour out because, man, you get the Kickstarter campaign, it's nerve-wracking, man. Ooh, here we go. Mojo says, Blood Cursed on pre-order under Mojo J. Seedlack. Folks, go over, support indie authors. If you have a book, please mention it now before I get disconnected. Vanguardian by the Clerk, military sci-fi dark romance. There we go. Keith Wheeler Books. How you doing? You brag about the man, he comes. Yes, Keith. Great to see you here. Keith was part of that class back in 2018 with Mojo Seedlack. So great to see you guys here. I almost feel like we need to have Mark Brownless here. We need to have Kevin McGuire. Let's see here. Who else was in your class? Oh, Al. We got to get Al in here. Gosh, that was an amazing class. Like, you guys were so fantastic. There was a few group coaching sessions since, and they were great and such, but I don't know. Nothing is quite like you first, you know? So I know the feeling, right? Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the virtual hug. I also have a Kickstarter. Nice, Matthew. Good stuff, man. You're really cooking on all cooking on. I was going to say cooking on all cylinders. You don't cook on cylinders. You run on cylinders. You have to forgive me, folks. ADHD brain is lacking sleep, and also I'm just way like overstimulated right now. Oh my gosh, okay, all right. Might as well go ahead and update, and then we're going to go ahead and disconnect, unless somebody else mentions any of their books. So we'll stick around longer if you mention your books. Let's see here, 6,080. Oh, man. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Jeez. See that? That's how shook up I am. Oh, man. I'm feeling it for two, man. So proud of your journey so far and looking forward to seeing where you go next. Yeah. Thank you. Now you're cooking with Crisco. Yeah, no doubt, buddy. No doubt. Yeah. Handshaking. Yeah, it's the lack of sleep, and I need to go eat breakfast as well. I usually don't eat breakfast until noon because get up and I do my workouts and things like that, and I'm usually having my fast. So that's probably another reason why I'm shaking. But I'm shaking also. Now, did you guys just double the goal? Did you just double the goal? It's nearly double. Nearly. Almost there. We hit 10K. That'll definitely be it. Oh my gosh. Whew. Keith Wheeler, of course I'm going to shout out your book here, buddy. My most recent nonfiction book was Make Money, Self-Publishing Puzzle Books. Yes. I believe I shared that over in one of my news segments before. I believe I did. So, big shout out to Keith, another one I recommend. Keith is a former coaching student of mine. He continues to run an amazing channel for authors and self-publishing. You'll love Keith's style. It's different from mine, but you're still going to get a different lens on the business and understanding on it. I love what Keith's doing. I wholeheartedly endorse everything that he's doing over on his YouTube channel. He is a fine, upstanding person. So go over to Keith Wheeler Books and subscribe right now. Another one that you need to keep an eye on, Mojo Seedlack. Monique Joyner Seedlack, she's got a fantastic hub for authors and self-publishers. She's keeping people up to date. In fact, you'll find in a lot of instances, Mojo sometimes is on top of news quicker than me. I've seen some of her videos. She'll get them out. They're very good, brief to the point. She's not one to stretch things out. Go over, check out Mojo Seedlack's channel. I always call her Mojo because that's just her nickname. So Monique Joyner Seedlack, go over, subscribe to her email, or her email channel. Subscribe to her email as well. Subscribe to her YouTube channel. Those two former coaching students, I couldn't be more proud of those two. Couldn't be more proud. I also have an urban fantasy comic called The Night Slayers on Kickstarter. Ooh, nice. Good luck on that. Comic does really well over there. I might need to go over and take a peek at your campaign. Matthew, are you on Discord? If you're on Discord, pop into my channel and just post a link. I'll let you post a link. Not here. Please don't do, because YouTube's going to end up suppressing it. Go over into Discord and drop into my channel of Self-Publishing with Dale inside there, and drop me a link to your Kickstarter page. I definitely want to go ahead and take a look. 13 watching, 12 backers, 79.66. Nice. Yeah, that's nuts. Nuts. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to make me cry. Oh. Always Mojo too. Yeah, Mojo. Mojo, I don't think I've ever called you Monique. Like maybe when we first met. Maybe when we first met. All right, I'm going to get a couple more plugs here because I said I would share some. I'm still fulfilling last 2 things for my Kickstarter back in February. I'll do another one maybe end of next year for the next book. Congratulations on that, by the way. A 3rd one. Nice. My book, Artesia, Middle Grade Fantasy, launched back in April, still marketing. Folks, support indie authors. Kevin Carr, go over, look at his book, Artesia, Artesia. And grab a copy of that book. And if you do grab a copy of that book, read it. It's the most important thing. And review it as soon as you go ahead and read that. Makes a huge difference. Ooh, you said it's like Supernatural meets Grimm. Oh, no. Mojo, did you hear that? Yeah, he said Supernatural. So, so Mojo's favorite. She's got a little bit of a crush on Jensen Ackles, which I do too. Who doesn't? All right, my stomach is talking to me here. If there's no other books, I'm going to go ahead and plug here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. Thank you, my friend. You got it, buddy, for sure. Definitely so happy for you. Yes, Shannon, you said it was going to work out. And you said since day one it was going to work out. But I don't know. If you've ever thrown a party before and few people, if nobody shows up, you know that feeling. Like that sinking feeling like, you know, I don't know. You just... It's just one of those instances. I'm really glad to see this happen. So 12 backers, nearly $8,000. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much. All right. Well, I've already thanked you guys a million times. He had me at Supernatural, but I love Grimm. Nice. Very nice job, Dale. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's good to see you, buddy. Stop being a stranger. Come back over to Discord. Haven't seen you in a while. Looking for Matt on Discord. Yes. Matthew, please pop into Discord, dalelinks.com/Discord. Everybody's welcome to come on over there. There's going to be a party over there, but not really. There's going to probably be a bunch of us hanging out there all day, but it's been fully funded, folks. So whatever bids come in after this point, I need to get with the influence and talk about our stretch goals, because it looks like we are going to be blasting through some of these stretch goals if we haven't already passed one of them. Alrighty. One last plug here. Massive congratulations. Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate that. The Final 3 campaign, dalelinks.com/Kickstarter. Go on over there, folks. It's fully funded now. but that doesn't mean that you still won't be able to get access to the final 3 books in the Self-Publishing with Dale series. It will be only exclusively available on Kickstarter. You will not be able to go buy this on Amazon. And until all backers have had all their books fulfilled, it will not go into any other marketplace whatsoever. And you will you will not find the gold foil edition anywhere else. It's only available here. So gold foiled, sprayed edges, all 12 books. You would get the final 3 books. This is the final 3, being these 3 books that I wrote 5 years ago have been gutted, worked from the ground up. If you read those books before and you loved them before, guess what? Throw them in the trash. Might as well just toss them on. No, don't throw them in the trash. They're still useful. But these new editions, gonna smoke. I think you guys are gonna love this, especially I'm so excited about the marketing and promotion for authors. That one with the 6 pillars. Chef's kiss. I love it. Will the books be signed? Yes, they will. Each and every single one of those books are going to be signed, Antoine. I shared earlier that somehow I tricked my best friend Toby into coming over and helping me autograph all of the pages. So we're actually doing what's called a tipped in. I'll be signing a graphic on a big sheet, and it's going to be 2,500 of those things. I've already ordered them. They're going to be here in a matter of like a couple weeks. And I autograph those and I send them off to the printers, and then they're going to insert those into every single one of the books. So if you end up buying one of the hardcover editions, you will have my John Hancock. Actually, it's just my Dale. But yes, those, each and every single one of those. Sadly, if you get the ebooks, they won't be autographed. I apologize. But if we see each other in person, bring your Kindle along. I'll autograph it for you. Oh my gosh, I cracked myself up. Just posted a self promo. Okay, cool. Tag me over there, buddy, so I don't miss it. Have a great day, everyone. Congrats once again on meeting your goal. Thank you. I tick the box to back you no matter the outcome. Thank you. Well, it's all the way. It's all the way. My current work in progress is espionage thriller. I recently released a sci-fi dystopia called Unhinged. It's going to be part of a 10-book series. Nice job. Well done. All right, folks. We're going to go ahead and call it a day. I want to thank each and every single one of you. If you could do me a huge favor, stay tuned. I'll be doing some backer updates here relatively soon. I need to get with the Influence team to kind of figure out where we're going. If you have questions, obviously go ahead and post them here, or go to the Kickstarter page and you can go ahead and post them there. And I'll do my best to get back to each and every one of you. I'll try to check every hour, if not every other hour, because I will be working on some more stuff behind the scenes here for this Kickstarter campaign. So thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this beautiful bean footage. I want to thank each and every single one of you for being here and for supporting the cause. And even if you aren't able to afford this, I totally understand. Some people don't have discretionary expenses. One thing that will make a huge difference if you just share this with somebody else that might be interested in it too. That's dalelinks.com/Kickstarter. Till later. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.